Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are gonna go over better Trove tools. I've done a video on this previous, but when it was called Renewed Trove tools, but we have gotten a new version. It's been promoted also on Trovosaurus. You can actually also see Cash and Clean actually made a video about this one, so you might already know about this tool, but I wanted to make a video as well to kind of highlight a few things on this here tool you can use for Trove. And it also is very super awesome because you can use this tool also, of course, on other platforms, as you know, Xbox, PlayStation, and Twitch. Of course, you cannot have it like directly on those platforms, but you can have it on a different screen, you know, on a laptop or something like that, and then you can of course use this one if you have that, of course. But you are able to have this on any platform, which is really awesome. So it's not just limited to PC players there, because it's gonna be the same as well. But when you do download it, and the download link is in the description down to Trovosaurus, you can just get it there, and it will also remind you that there's going to be a new version, which you can just click, and then you can actually go to the site and just get the new one as well. But this is the home page, and you can see up here is some content for YouTube, and you can also see which ones are streaming at the moment on Twitch as well, which is really awesome. So super awesome, shout out, amazing for that as well. And then you can see the live rotation, like what is going on at the moment. If you can, sometimes you can't see if it's shadow invasions or double XP and stuff like that. Sometimes you can, of course, you can see it with your star bar, but you can't really see it if there is an event going on, because that slot basically takes that up in the there. So now you can see it in here if you want to as well. And you can also see what's in the basically is going to be on the, you know, what is a chaos top loot thing. And you can also see on the side here, you can't really see it too much from me, but you can see like what's in rotation, and you can basically also open a calendar where you can see like the full calendar, which like what is coming up, and like when is double XP and faster invasions has just started, you know, next time you're gonna have double XP, you know, when corruption is there, when luxion is there, what sort of plants are going to be there, and all sorts of things. There is just absolutely insane how much all that rotation is going to be. So yeah, that is the front page, which is super awesome. Then of course you have Trovosaurus. Trovosaurus is there where you get your mods. Of course, that's kind of, you know, more exclusive to PC, and you can also have a mod manager. I won't go too much into that, but it's super awesome, and you can click if there's some of you need to update and stuff and see which ones are there. And of course, Trovosaurus is to get more mods. Then there is some file game manager. I'm not really sure. I don't want to go too much into that one because I'm not sure how that is working, but yeah, it is there, so you can check it out if you want to. Then there is modding tools. I'm not going to go into that too much either because I don't know too much about it, but here you can, you know, make that some of that. But yeah, all these modding things is also mostly exclusive to PC, so I don't want to go too much into it, and you probably also know what it is, what mods are. But there, the star chart is back. I was fiddling around with a new build before I was going up this way right here, but I decided to go this way out here because this is basically just experience. I did have to change one of my gems to critical hit, so I have like 12% more critical hit than I need. But yeah, I think it could be cool. Again, I just want to mention this, that any percentage of like over 100% you would gain would just be converted into damage basically. So yeah, I know you could just go into, but then you would probably lose out on some other stuff. But I really wish it was kind of like that, because that 12% is not going to do anything for me at the moment. But it fitted completely perfectly if I went up this way, because right here there's a note that gives me 15%, and that was what I exactly needed. And then I had to change a gem that gave me 23, and yeah, now I'm down over 12%. But this is the build that I've been kind of working with. I was going down this way here because of the extra ores. I kind of wanted to go all the way down to the bottom, but I don't really have notes to do that, except if I want to give up some notes here and stuff like that. And yeah, if I had one more note, it would be nice if I could like take this one out and put it here, and then I could take this out, then I would lose out on some. I could do that, I guess, but the thing is that if I do that, I have to change my critical hit into just max health, and that wouldn't really give me any damage either. So I decided to basically go for damage reduction right there and go for that extra ores you can get from that, because ores is always nice. But yeah, basically I want, you know, the damage as much as I can out of this one. So yeah, the star chart is back, and the video that I did on it with the star chart, unfortunately the links don't work anymore. These long ones right up here, so I can't put that in the description, so you can't copy those into it. But yeah, this is a magic one. If you were supposed to go, if you're going, for example, physical damage, you would just go this one right up here this way instead. This is just a physical damage one, so basically going up this way instead of going around this way here as well. But you want to pick up, of course, the critical damage stuff over there. So this would be just whatever, if you go melee, if you go physical damage, or if you go magic damage, mostly what your main is. But yeah, then you would just go like this, and that would be the magic one as well. So basically I must click away these and then click right here. Unfortunately you can't just click like this on in-game. That would be super awesome if you could. But yeah, this is the star chart. Don't want to go too much more into that one, but this is what I've been thinking of using. If you have any other ideas to using anything, I went for all the light on this side here, and maybe take some of this stuff out here. I'm not sure to go all the way. I'm not sure, but I think it wouldn't be like really a big deal in my opinion. But anyways, then you can build your gems. These are the perfect gems for each class. I'm not gonna go into all of these like specifics, but yeah, it's something to do with where you put your things and min-maxing stuff. If you know what it is, super awesome, go ahead and go crazy with it. But I'm not gonna try to explain it too much, because I have never really gone into all these numbers and builds and stuff like that. But if you want to, sure, and I'm pretty sure there's also going to be videos out there that's going to talk about these ones and get you the best coefficients as you actually have. But yeah, more importantly, I think that this is pretty awesome. There is a gem simulation, and basically what this is that you create a gem. I'm pretty sure you create a gem. I can't remember how you create a, oh, there, random gem. There we go. There's a random gem. You can also set it. Maybe I should have trashed that one. Yes, I want to delete that one. You can go with the lesser or empowered, and then the element as well. And then the tier, that's the one I wanted to, and then you can generate a mythic one, for example. And then you can basically put it in there, and you can see how much it takes to level it up, for example, what you get out of it and all that stuff. And if you want to change some stuff, there can be some calculations on how much you need to farm in that case to get it up there, and yeah, how much it's going to cost as well. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And you can also see how much, you know, how much power you get out of it, and so forth and so forth. Then we got some calculators, and now it gets a little bit more interesting, because I think this is super awesome. I was under the magic find, but you can see right here that this is the total power rank that is available right now. And you can of course go up a little bit here if we want to go all the way to mastery, and also geo mastery doesn't really do anything, and if you have all the dragons. But this is potentially the highest power rank you can have right now. And then you can kind of take it down here if you don't have a weapon, for example, if you whatever, right? So you can basically calculate right here, basically after 100 your mastery don't give anymore, and also see how many dragons and such if you are missing. But you can also see what the total power rank is, or the highest is at the moment right now, if you have basically everything. So you can kind of see how many. You can also go do that in game, of course, but yeah, just wanted to show you here as well. But mastery is also very cool, because here you can see like how much damage and health and light you get out of it. And of course, if you take this to 150, it doesn't do anything. It's only when you get below. And then you can see this is the total power rank, of course, mastery, sorry, the mastery which we have right now. And then you can actually calculate like how much you get and so forth. But you can see what the max power rank is right now, and usually it kind of shows up how much it is in that sense, and how much you get out of it. We can reset the default, and then you see this is the max that we have right now. But also magic find is in here as well, which is really cool. So if you're kind of looking for, okay, where can I maybe get some extra magic find, of course also the patron bonus, so that's 100% on top of that. But you can basically see what is the highest magic find there is at the moment. That's almost 23,000, and that's also of course with the bonus if you haven't died. There is a store boost as well. There's a 100 flat there, and then there's some elixirs, there's some clovers, there is borrowed luck. That's of course the one from the little St. Patrick's Day one. There's a club fixture that gives you from your ally, from your weapon, from your face. This will, again, this is actually going to go up to 300. So we are actually going to go over that when we get the new update, because you can upgrade your allies, right? You can get on a ring. You can get a class for, of course, a minimum magic find as well, if you have the pirate captain, and also a hat. And then from dragons, and then from a mastery as well. And you can see that's how much you get from mastery. So having max mastery is going to give you this much, but if you don't have any mastery, for example, you're still going to be on 21,000, almost 20,500. So yeah, that you can kind of see how much it does for mastery and such. But it's pretty cool to see these ones. You can play around with them and see how much it is. And of course, this is going to be updated all the time as well, whenever something comes out as well. Then the most premium thing, and I think this should be also be in game, and I think it would be much better in game as well, is the Ally Codex. So yes, that was made an Ally Codex. So shout out again. This is super awesome. This is something I wanted for such a long time, because if I go right up here, you can do the same thing as you can in game. And if I type in light, for example, I get this dragon right here. I have no idea why I get this one. There might be something in the name that says something with light. At least this one says bear light, but doesn't do anything, apparently. Let's see if there's any other. There's none really that gives any light, to be honest. Oh, this one just do give some light over here, but I'm not sure why it is giving me that. So that's basically the same thing that would do in game. That if you search for light, for example, you want to see every ally that has light on it. Well, it's not available to do so in the in-game store at this moment right here. But with this one, you can actually go in here and you can find where you're gonna get it from. For example, chaotic. Look at it. You can get all the chaotic, allies that's ever been made. These are in here. But you can add stats to it. So you can see right here, if I want light, I can see all the allies that come from chaotic, that comes from the chaos chests that has light on them. So if you, for example, think, okay, I want to make I want to get a really nice, easy ally, probably, maybe, from the chaos chest. You can get this one, for example. This is that feeds ally right here. But the point is that this gives 200 light, and the other one gives 100. So there's other ones you can also get. But you can actually search for stats, and you can also go for abilities if you want specific abilities that hits that as well. But maybe you also want magic damage from the allies you can get from the chaotic, right? So you can see all of these is basically all the ones that has magic damage on them. You can't search for multiple, so you can't search for magic damage and that, but if you go for magic damage and you look here, okay, so all these are here, and these are also, you can see this is the ones that are the most at the moment. And of course you can also go with light, and you can go with movement speed, physical damage, stability. You can even go for suppression or superstition, sorry. And this one actually has the most superstition if you want that stat as well. But yeah, you can go for anything you want in here. And these are updated to Trovosaurus. So if they are not updated in here, that means they're not updated on Trovosaurus, because it's taking the data from that. And that's why it should be in-game, because in-game they could pull the data directly from the game. And I know Trovosaurus can also do that, but it is a third party, a website. So, and it has to be maintained by one person, right? And of course the game would just have that in game, because you can just like filter all them in there, and you actually have a system where you can actually find the ones that you are looking for. So I want to find, for example, the one that has magic damage. So I'm gonna look for all the ones that has magic damage, and there is way more in these. And I can see that the ones right here is the one that is going to be from there, and this is from prestige, and prestige means it's from, of course, it means it is from, of course, and I've just looked all of them up here, but it's of course from, you can craft them in the Paragon table. That means that it is prestige. There's also progression, and progression is from the star chart one as well. So yeah, definitely 100% super awesome. And you can see all the categories here. If you have you know, some of them you are looking for some reason, but you can also go all the categories and just go in and find the one that has, you can even find the one that has dark. There's a couple of enemies that has dark. One is from the Kadak, another one is from the Adventure as well. So a couple of enemies that has dark on them, which is really funny because that's the opposite of what you want. But it's really, really funny. I don't think I can find mine, unfortunately. I don't think that's updated yet. There was a category that has streamer 4. Okay, well, they are actually in here. Okay, so, but you can't see the stats on this one, but mine is right here as it is. Professor by day, gamer by night, that's definitely true. But yeah, you can find them all here, but you're not sure you can find them all with stats. But I think the most important ones are going to be in there as well. So at least you are going to find some of these that are most important for magic damage or for physical damage as well. You can see it right in here. So this one has the most physical damage actually, but this one has light on it. So this is the Ernie and also the Scorpion as well. So super, super awesome. So you can kind of see all the stats. This is super, super awesome. I can't stress this enough how amazing this is. And I really hope that this would be something we can have in game. That would be way, 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 way awesomer, because then it would be right there for everybody. So you didn't have to use some third, but this is super, super awesome. There's also actually, you know, server time, and there's also a converter of times and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to mention all that. I know I made a big deal out of the Alex of the Ally Codex, but it's super awesome, and I wanted it so bad in game because again, you can't search for stats. You have to know the name of the ally, so you're kind of reliant on just stumbling upon it or finding through some of us content creators. Which of course, you know, I don't mind you watching my videos, but I would definitely also like to have it in game. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.